Hello students, myself Vishal Pandey and I welcome you all in my online class. Basically today we are going to start the second chapter of your geography portion, and the name of the chapter is, as you can see on your screen, land, soil and water resources. We will be discussing in this chapter that how the resources are useful to us, how they plays an important role in our life, as well as how we are depending on resources like land, soil and water as well. So let us have the next slide so that we can understand in detail about resources. As you can see that land, soil and water are the three most important natural resources. These three resources are natural resources. Keep this in your mind. The entire life system depends on them directly or indirectly. Everybody is depending on these resources, these natural resources, directly as well as indirectly. All three resources are finite, that is they are limited in supply. They can be, they can be extinct. Therefore we need to utilize these resources in the best possible way, ensuring maximum benefits with minimal waste. What is saying is that don't waste these three resources. They are very useful, they are very prominent as well. If you waste, they cannot be generated by then. If we overuse or misuse them, they will come to an end. So let us see how these resources are distributed on the surface of the earth and then pattern of its use. So children, we will be looking after the land resources, different land resources, and then the classifications of land also we will be seeing in the next slide. But before that, you have to keep your mind that these three resources, that is land, soil and water, are cannot be generated if they are up to the end. So you have to careful. Now you can see land resources. Let us discuss about land first. And if you talk about land, it is up to only about 30% of the surface of the earth, which is land. The rest is covered by oceans and seas. Of this land, only a fraction is habitable by humans. The rest is made of vast deserts, dense forest and rugged mountains. So what it means that land is altogether covered by forest and deserts, plateaus, all it comes under land. So land is very much less in use. If you talk about uninhabited, in fact 90% of the world's population lives on just 30% of the land area. 90% of the world's population lives on 30% of the land area. This is very clear. You have to keep this in your mind. Plains and river valleys are the most densely populated areas of the world, as they offer suitable land for agriculture. So keep this in your mind that wherever people will find a place for agriculture, they will be staying there. So plains are very prominent areas where people used to live. Plains means Maidan, river, where rivers flows, Nadi, and valleys as well, people will be staying there. If you talk about the classification of land, land can be classified in many ways. First, on the basis of relief, on the basis of soil fertility, next on the basis of development of that area, and the last on the basis of ownership of the land. And one more is there which I will discuss in the next slide, but let us have a look on these 4 points. First one is on the basis of relief. What it means that as plateau, plains and mountains, people used to live there because they help human beings to overcome their problems. On the basis of soil fertility, if soil is fertile, if we can produce our crops, then only we will be living there. If the soil is barren, unproductive, we will not be able to live there. Third one is on the basis of development. Yes, how the place is developing day by day. If it is underdeveloping, people माइट गेट वहाँ से वो लोग नहीं रहना पसंद करेंगे. इफ़ इट इज़ अ डेवलपिंग प्लेस, as rural or urban it can be, people used to live there. On the basis of ownership of the land, as private land and community owned or government land, private land belongs to an individual, community land is owned by a group of people in community. How it is very much clear children कि जब हम कभी अपना प्राइवेट लैंड ओन करते हैं उसके मालिक हम खुद होते हैं. बट अगर गवर्नमेंट का कोई प्रॉपर्टी है तो इट विल बी लुक्ड आफ्टर गवर्नमेंट. कोई ग्रुप, कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन मिलकर अगर कोई जो है लैंड को बाई करता है तो वो उस इंस्टीट्यूशन या उस ग्रुप को बिलोंग करेगा. तो ओनरशिप के बेसिस पर भी हम जो है लैंड को क्लासीफाई कर सकते हैं. सो दीज आर द 4 पॉइंट्स ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीफ, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सॉइल फर्टिलिटी, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ डेवलपमेंट एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ ownership of the land. Now let us have the discussion about the 5th one, which is on the basis of the use we put it to, how the land is useful. On that particular basis also we have to classify the land. If we talk about a pasture land, that what it means, land used for grazing animals. pasture land means जहाँ पर जानवर लेकर लोग जाते हैं, वहाँ पे जानवर जो है ग्रेज करते हैं चीज़ों को. ग्रेज करना मतलब खाना, वो ग्रास वगैरह उसको खाते हैं, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड ग्रेजिंग. एंड फॉरेस्ट फैलो, लैंड विच कैन बी कल्टिवेटेड बट हैज़ बीन लेफ्ट अनयूज्ड फॉर द सीजन. फॉरेस्ट्स फैलो मीन्स ऐसा लैंड, ऐसा लैंडमार्क जहाँ पर कि बहुत कल्टीवेशन हुआ है, क्रॉप्स प्रोडक्शन हुआ है, बट लेकिन उसके बाद उस एरिया को छोड़ दिया गया है अनयूज्ड एक सीजन के लिए, दैट इज कॉल्ड फॉरेस्ट फैलो. कल्टिवेबल वेस्ट, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट कल्टिवेबल वेस्ट, व्हाट इट मीन्स, लैंड विच कैन बी कल्टिवेटेड बट विच हैज़ बीन लाइंग फैलो फॉर मोर देन 5 years एंड नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल लैंड. देखिए एक चीज़ आपको क्लियर करना होगा, दैट अगर हम किसी सीज़न में वीट लगाते हैं किसी सॉइल में तो नेक्स्ट सीज़न में हम वहाँ पर चेंज करते हैं, राइस लगा देते हैं. फिर रोटेशन पॉलिसी बनी रहती है. हम एक ही 2 सीज़न में, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हमने वीट लगाया इस साल तो अगले साल हम कुछ और अगर उसमें लगा दें, फिर अगले साल वीट लगा दें. अगर रोटेशन हम करते रहें तो वहाँ ऐसा कहा जाता है कि सॉइल जो है वो फर्टाइल रहती है, बड़ी प्रोडक्टिव रहती है. अगर आप हर साल उस फील्ड में वीट लगाएं तो वो सॉइल इनफर्टाइल हो जाती है, बैरन हो जाती है. सो दिस इज़ ऑल द 4th पॉइंट इज डीलिंग अबाउट. नाउ इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट land use, we use land for various purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, construction of residential, institutional and industrial structures. अगर आपसे कोई पूछे हाउ डू यू यूज़ लैंड इज़ यूज फॉर मैनी पर्पजेज़, जिसमें मैंने बताया एग्रीकल्चर है, फॉरेस्ट है, माइनिंग है, कंस्ट्रक्शंस है, रेसिडेंशियल है, इंस्टीट्यूशनल है एंड इंडस्ट्री डेवलपमेंट भी लैंड पे ही होता है. हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, एवरीथिंग, रेलवेज़ है, एवरीथिंग इज़ ट्रांसपोर्टेशंस है, रोडवेज़ है, everything is developed on the land itself. If you talk about the use of land is determined by physical factors such as topography, soil, climate, minerals and availability of water. Human factors such as population, density, availability of capital and technology are also important determinants of land use pattern. देखिए चिल्ड्रन, ये जान लीजिए कि जब कभी लैंड के यूज़ को हम डिस्कस करें तो हमें ये जानना होगा कि ह्यूमन बीइंग के लाइफ में लैंड रिसोर्स बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. क्योंकि मैंने आपको अभी बताया कि हम उस पर एग्रीकल्चर करते हैं, फॉरेस्ट डेवलप करते हैं, माइनिंग्स करते हैं, कंस्ट्रक्शंस करते हैं और उसके साथ साथ इंस्टीट्यूशन बनाते हैं और इंडस्ट्री भी हम खड़ा करते हैं. सो एवरीथिंग इज़ डिपेंडिंग ऑन लैंड. In India, if you talk about in India, the pattern of land use is as follows. Let us have a look. Land area which is there in 46.6%, forest land is 22.6%, permanent pasture is 3.6%. Now what is pasture? I told you earlier, जहाँ पर ग्रेजिंग की जाती हो. और कल्टिवेटेड लैंड जिसमें कि हम कल्टीवेशन करते हैं 30.5% है. So children, this is enough for today. In the next video I will be discussing with you all land degradation. Thank you so much.